Wife goes out with friends and comes home. Different. Update. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. After reading everyone's replies and the messages, I took the weekend to let it all sink in and harden my resolve. I came to the conclusion that I was never going to be able to live with myself if I stayed with her. Staying and working on it would mean having to sacrifice a significant portion of my self-respect. I also realized that I want no part of a relationship that would require me to be in a state of constant vigilance for signs of betrayal. So I decided to push the proverbial red button and nuke it all. Here is how it all went down. Monday, I woke up early to an unexpected surprise. When I opened my eyes, my Johnson was greeting me with full attention. Guys, I can't stress how surprising that was to me, considering that since finding out about Ellie's affair I had not had morning wood. It was like my body was saying, hell yeah, we are gonna get this done today and be done, ready for something new. I actually laughed so hard at seeing it that Omar and his wife came to check in on me, thinking I was having some sort of mental breakdown. I got up, got ready and called Ellie's dad and told him we needed to talk. I met up with him about an hour before our MC. The whole drive there I was surprised at how calm I was about it. I could still feel an ocean of emotion somewhere deep down, but on the surface I was not feeling anything. We met up at a little mom and pop breakfast place near his house and we sat down. Ellie's dad is a good man, lighthearted and funny, but more importantly he is level-headed. I thanked him for how he and his wife had treated me all these years and told him I was sorry to have this talk with him. He listened patiently, but as I started telling him why I was going to be divorcing his daughter he lowered his head. I could tell he was ashamed and angry, not at me, but at Ellie. He told me he understood, and I asked him to not tell Ellie as I was going to be telling her within the hour. He agreed, we shook hands, and then he told me to take care. I hated having to shatter his image of her. I debated with myself if I should have asked him to care for her, but I shouted down that instinct because he is her dad. Of course he will care for her, but also it is no longer my business to care for her. She is a big girl. Next I went to our scheduled MC session. I had been rehearsing all day Sunday what I would say to her and how I would say it. I wanted to essentially emotion-proof my actions and words for the next few hours. I sat there in the parking lot for 10 minutes and just prayed. I hadn't felt like I wanted to or could since all this started. When we sat down for MC, Ellie was wearing one of the dresses I loved her in, and for a split second I forgot everything, but then the visceral disgust and anger I felt pushed the attraction completely out. I let the counselor get things going like our previous sessions, and after about 10 minutes of her and Ellie talking I interrupted. This is how it went. Excuse me, I have a few things I need to say and to Ellie and that I wanted to be able to say here, with a neutral third party. If at any point I am interrupted I will simply leave and that's that. Ellie, I have come to realize I do not need to know if this was the only time you cheated. It doesn't matter. I do not need to know how long it went on for. It doesn't matter. I do not need to know how many times you cheated. It doesn't matter. I do not need to know why. Even if there was a good reason, a perfect reason would not matter. The only thing that matters is that you did. I know now the only facts that matter. You were never going to have children with me. At this Ellie opens her mouth to interject and I started walking to the door, so she immediately backed off. You were going to string me along for however long it would take. You were going to cheat on me sooner or later. This is when the waterworks started to open up for her. You do not respect me or love me. The counselor begins to look like she is about to interject and I respond by taking another step towards the door, which ends that. My lawyer is filing for divorce as we sit here, and as of about an hour ago your father knows the entire truth of what has been going on. Do not contact me. From here on out the only person we will communicate through are lawyers. These are the last words we will ever exchange. Goodbye. I walked the last few steps to the door and walked out. As soon as I closed the door I heard a wail the likes of which would haunt people's dreams. She scrambled out of the office pursuing me and tried to stop me, telling me how sorry she is and how we can start a family and to give her a second chance as she cried hysterically throughout. I pushed past her and got in my car and left. At this point that ocean of emotions that had been quietly hiding underneath it all started roiling and I was barely holding it in. I drove to my parents' house and sent the text message I had planned to Ellie's best friend's husbands. When I got home my old man was at the store, but Mom could tell I wasn't well. She has always been able to read me like a book. I told her I needed to tell her and Dad something important and we sat down and waited. At this point I have to thank responsible_mode_114 for messaging me. We chatted and he totally calmed me down. About 30 minutes later Dad arrived. I poured it all out. The more I talked, the more I felt that ocean of emotions emptying and all that pain pouring out of me. When I finished talking to my dad, he just held me as I cried into his shirt for a solid 20 minutes. When it all ended, I felt spent and oddly at peace. I have arranged for Omar to receive a Harley he has been eyeing for a while. He has been more than a friend to me, and I am going to try my best to be as good a friend to him as he has been to me. I can't wait to see his face. I think this is the last time I will post, as it should be the end of this story. I just want to thank you all. I would have never thought that I would find sound and sane advice from strangers on the internet. I know that it will be a long road ahead, that I will still need IC to deal with the aftershocks of this debacle and rebuild my ability to trust. I have to hope that little by little all this pain and sadness and anger will go away, like Roto-Rooter for my soul, if I do the work. Now begins the rest of my life, and I can honestly say I am looking forward to it. Here is the second story. Narcissistic girlfriend keeps asking for forgiveness. Why do cheaters say they are sorry only after the breakup and they're alone? I mean, my ex, who now lives in another city. She is having a rough time after I found out she'd cheated and I asked her to leave. Now she says she is really sorry for everything, but how am I supposed to take that? Is she truly sorry? Is she lying? Is she trying to manipulate me? She even sent me an old video of us. She never asked for help or anything like that, but she told me she was having a hard time. I know, I don't have to waste time trying to figure out why she did it. Just move on, but I can't stop thinking about it. I do not want to go back, I want to be free from her, but I would like to know why. Update, I asked her, she said she felt no remorse and she does not regret it, and it's just something that happened. She is someone with a deep hole, running away and unable to feel something. She feels justified in her actions, and feels bad just because she regrets the consequence of her actions and not because she regrets cheating on me. I will move on. I have cut all communications with her and her blog too. I finally understand why she cheated on me. She is a narcissist and she only cared for herself. She is damaged from childhood and is unable to feel anything. She does not have remorse, and is unable to truly love. I really feel sorry for her as a human being. She may never recover, her ego does not let her feel anything. I realize that she never loved me, she is just someone who I loved unconditionally for 6 years and that's it. I need to love myself from now on, get my life together, ask divinity for strength and keep moving. I am tired of feeling pain, and she doesn't deserve my time or my tears. Next time, my tears will be of happiness. Thanks to everyone here. Here are some of the best comments from our community. My ex seems the same way. Has zero remorse or care of how his actions affect me. He blocked me immediately after shit hit the fan and I haven't heard from him since. It sucks to realize he doesn't love me or care about me when he made me believe he did. I hope one day I can be at peace like you. I'm still struggling with it as I love him to death. There's a lot of people out there with psychopathy, sociopathy and narcissism. None of them can love you the way someone with empathy can love you. The trait is they generally don't achieve as much professionally or economically because they aren't cutthroats. Which in Western society are the only winners. So pick your poison carefully. If she a genuine narcissist, then just run. It's already hard to be with a selfish people, then go sociopaths and then narcissists. If you know for real that the person is a narcissist, well, why to bother? Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.